Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into Meta Madness. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Madness. On the right, it is Vinland Raiders. And if you're wondering what Meta Madness is and how it works, I have got you covered. While we wait for these bans to come through, we can talk about the global bans that are in this Meta Madness tournament. We are in Group D, day number 2. And the global bans are Anduin, Blaze, Brightwing, Diablo, Genji, Hanzo, Hogger, Joanna, Sergeant Hammer, and Vala. So, what does that mean for these bans? These bans are just bans for the map, meaning that Zarya is still pickable later on. For example, if there is a first pick Lucio or a first pick Muradin, that means that Lucio or Muradin will not be playable in the rest of this best of 5. When we move into our next best of 5, it all resets, but the global bans will stay as always. I hope that was nice and explained. I hope you all understand, because I did lobby DC'd. Alright, back at it again at the Krispy Kreme. Welcome back into Meta Madness. On the left-hand side, you've got Madness. On the right's Vinland Raiders. I've already gone through the explanation of how this works, and thank you all for your patience. Maybe I'll just cut out that entire other little thing. Rage ban into Lucio, huh? Needs the you need to mod it for Hanamura Temple of Doom. That would actually be great. The real objective is just a giant boulder you all run away from, and whoever survives, that's the opposing side team loses damage to their core, or loses HP on their core. Loses damage to their core. Ooh. You can tell we're still trying to kickstart the day. Trying to kickstart my heart. I was thinking about for my next movie-thon for my day off, I was thinking I should do a John Wick-a-thon. Because why not? Why not watch all 3 John Wicks? Because the new one comes out in, what, a month or 2? So, that, and I've also never seen, like, the Chronicles of Riddick movies, so I don't know if those are bad or good, but it might be fun to watch them if they're bad. Zarya, Sonya to be banned away, Sylvanas out of this as well. Sylvanas was nearly perma-banned in this entire tournament. I think in the multiple games I saw yesterday, she got played once, and she won, so there you go, easy GG. Lucio to be banned away as well, not too surprising on that one, just a strong healer through and through, but a snap onto Dahaka. Wow, that was a very quick Dahaka. Depraved Lunatic wanting that, or whomever is going to actually be on it. But I do believe that is a denial, because Sven is on the side of Vinland Raiders, and I think Sven has a really, really, really good Dahaka. When I can do a Lord of the Rings movie-thon. I just rewatched Lord of the Rings, though. That's the thing. I want to wait a little bit longer. I usually rewatch Lord of the Rings around like Christmas, winter time, when we all get snowed in and there's nowhere to go. So maybe I'll do it. Oh, you know what? Maybe around 4th of July in the summer when there's nowhere to go because we're just bombarded with people in our town because, tourism. Anyways, Li Ming Muradin on the side of Vinland Raiders. Nice 1-2 punch to kick things off. Maybe we even see a punch from the Muradin with the Haymaker. Nubarak and Jaina. Wow, this is a really good composition on the side of Madness. Now, I wonder if there's any sort of priority into Greymane for either side, because actually Greymane works amazing with both of these. Jaina, Nubarak with the Dahaka, CC, and just sustained damage and drags as well. Greymane's able to dive in and get tons of damage, but on the opposing side, it works really well with the Li Ming, trying to give her extra resets, and Muradin can dive in with the Greymane as well. So I would either say ban it away, or you're giving it to the opposing team. Sorry, I was reading one of the player names, trying to figure out how to pronounce it. Anaban! Okay, no nano-boosted Li Ming. Rip Lance Riddick. Yeah, Trainwreck. How you doing, bud? That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. I said it before and I'll say it again. Can we trade all the Kardashians for Lance Riddick back? I'll trade all the Kardashians for multitudes of actors and actresses back. Anyways. Ooh, okay, so no Greymane. It's a Tracer Malfurion with a Li Ming. Okay, this is just mean. This is just mean, man. This is a mean composition. The sustained damage is sustained damage, sustained chase, and just burst ability is terrifying from the side of Vinland Raiders. Uther Raynor. Okay, so they're gonna go for the Raynor Jaina synergy with the Exterminator level 1. No, it's not Exterminator level 1. Ace in the Hole at level 1. Exterminator's Battlefield of Eternity. What are you gonna round out this draft with? They need a solo laner up against the Dahaka. Excuse me, sorry. A little bit of dry air today. Oh. I hear the call of the wild. Yeah, I'm all Vinland Raiders on this one. If I was a betting man, I'd be Vinland Raiders. Speaking of bets,
hey, listen.
Look at that. All right, we'll have a gamble going in just a second. Let me go ahead and swap us into the casting screen so we can get ready for Hanamura Temple map number 1. Hanamura map number 1. Let's go ahead and start our prediction. Which team is going to be winning the map? Prediction is through and ready to go as we load into Hanamura Temple map number 1. Madness on the left and Vinland Raiders on the right. We'll introduce our players and show those level 1s right when we get into this fantastically fun map, as I have a text message. Oh, nice. Cool. What's up, Tan? Oh, I know I said hi to you earlier. Well, either way, hello again, Tan. Hello, Lard. How are you? Hope you are well rested. Hope you enjoyed the session last night. It was a good time. You're just in time for a prediction because we are here into map number 1 in our first best of 5 of the day. Razag on the Anubarak for the members of Madness. Depraved Lunatic on that Dahaka. We have got, I think it's Saphiro? Saphiro. I think is how you say their name. On the Uther Mo to play the Jaina and not prepared on the Raynor. To the right-hand side, we have got the members of Vinland Raiders. We are looking at Cringe Kid, which is known as Cure, on the Muradin. Unforgiven on the Malfurion. Gaff on the Tracer. Nano on the Li Ming, and Rexar to be played by Sven, and of course Misha to be played by Misha. Let's go ahead and get into our first engagement. I did say I was going to show the talents, and I forgot to do that. My apologies, but hey, it is Ace in the Hole if you were betting on that one, because with the Jaina it makes absolute sense. Easy prey at level 1 for the Rexar Misha. Ooh, Animal Husbandry? Are we getting Animal Husbandry later on? Anubarak will be going into Legion of Beetles. The Beetles have 30 spell armor, so it's good for blocking some of the poke damage of the Li Ming, as we do have a rotation into top lane into Depraved Lunatic. Muradin Dwarf tosses in. The Burrow's there. He tries to use the Tunneling Claws, and he's not able to, Brushstock. Tunneling Claws is the Abathur, but the Brushstock doesn't come through, and First Blood will go over the side of Vinland Raiders. Fantastic rotation into top lane. As a reminder, we will be doing a cooking stream a little bit later on today, so we have heroes and food. How perfectly themed for our stream, as I'm literally watching the top lane engagement like nice, and I miss everything happening in bottom. Another kill over to the side of Vinland Raiders, 2-0 very early on, as Li Ming continues her siege from afar. Ooh, invade onto the camp, and Sven trying to get the vision between these two teams. Muradin gets the Storm Bowl. Brushstock in from the Dahaka on the right-hand side. Will be scouted out by the Li Ming magic missiles. Rexar Misha grabbing their own Sentinel camp on the top right of your map. Can't see the Sentinel. There we go. Muradin has to Dwarf Toss out. Kira trying to get a back Stormbolt, but there is a bit of a delay, slowing things down. Misha Rexar are able to grab some experience in the top lane. And bottom shouldn't really get much siege value. I would assume that Vinland Raiders get the clear on this Sentinel. In the wave, also Li Ming poke damage, opening up that side wall. Cure with another sort of flank dwarf toss in, looking for some of those deep flanks, if you will. And it's actually going to be cleared out a little bit closer to the gate, but as I said, it's not going to get much value in lane. In top lane, this Sentinel is going to be able to get a good chunk of siege. Tracer and Li Ming trying to pull it off the gate. I really like that tactic from them. And a couple auto attacks onto the gate, no big deal. Murden anchoring for the allies around the fortification camp. No one getting that recon camp just above, and Nano will go down. I didn't miss that kill. Cure threatening, like he's got some allies around, but he doesn't. Li Ming dead for the next 9 seconds. Recon camp worked on. Uther is going to be stepping up here, getting the stun onto the Tracer. Gaff getting really low. Brushtalk into the flank from the Dahaka. Jaina dropping down a Blizzard. Misha taking quite a bit of damage from that. It is going to be the Regen Globes Hunter-Gatherer at level 4. And this will be the little buggy pushed up north for the side of Madness. 1-2 in kills and camps being stolen away. Early game experience from the camps is really, actually, it's a nice chunk to jump ahead. As you can see, about 1,000 difference as another camp goes over. But we're going to see Li Ming and Malfurion finish this out, so still more to go back over to the side of Vinland Raiders and still pushing them ahead ever so slightly. They've got, what, half a level lead? Hey, last getting last, 2 days in a row. What's up, bud? Beautiful. Who would have thought? Nubrak is just going to start working on this camp. The route from Malfurion. 1 second. Sorry, it's just dry air today, and I had to ride the mute button for a second. The camp will be stolen back over to the side of Madness, as the objective phase is going to be contested with 7 talent tier each. Rainer just poking back. Dahaka's got the clear into the top lane. Rexar and Misha going back for the real objective. And in bottom lane, a fight does break out around the objective phase push. Dahaka with the brush tuck in, gets a drag immediately onto Malfurion, and the pulse bomb from Tracer does not meet any sort of counter kill, or does not supply any sort of counter kill. Misha and Rex are going to finish out this Sentinel camp over here. And Murden rushes into top lane to get some experience for the allies. Skimming through some of the talents here, nothing really crazy out of the ordinary. Nubrak with some hardened carapace at 4 and 7. Has the shit exoskeleton for speed, but also the chitness plating. We'll be able to get the I believe it's cooldown reduction, yeah. Cooldown reduction on that, so it's a fun, W build in Nubrak can be very, very fun, especially, well, as long as you're not dying. You can just, like, constantly pop the W. So our Sentinel will push up into the top lane, Li Ming and Jaina in the bottom. Li Ming gonna do her best to clear things out down there as Kier jumps in, a root onto a Nubrak, sleep as well, good cleanse, but no, my god, the pulse bomb comes through. Who stole away the fortification? Oh, it was picked up by the side of Madness and immediately used and then burned down, I do think. The Uther will be down. Before Uther can get any sort of great ghost heals onto Dahaka, he'll fall as well. Though I think Rainer should be fine. No, he's not fine. Okay, well, the absolute madness of these lads. Kier living with about 450 HP, and this top lane fort will fall. That is not how I expected that engagement to go, and Razhag playing with fire right there, trying to step back in for that defense. 10 talent tier to the side of Vinland Raiders, and it is going to be the Boars, Avatar, Tranquility for Malfurion, Sticky Bomb for the Tracer, and Li Ming is holding, because if a Nubrak goes into Cocoon, which is the assumed talent, she'll need the Disintegrate, but maybe, just maybe, he'll go into Locust Swarm. Yeah, right. Nubrak burrows out. The camp is being contested. Dahaka's... That's actually Uther who goes down. That gives a reset over to Li Ming, who still... Actually, no, she took Wave of Force. Huh. All right. Going for the control. Repulsion at level 20, if we get to that point, is going to be very strong. The reason I make that joke is because it's 7-2 in kills. We've got a chunky level lead for the side of Vinland Raiders, and I can only expect them to continually find these kills. But you never know. We do have that 10 talent tier equality for the side of Madness. Maybe this is where they turn things around. Maybe this is actually the turn of tables. We'll have to see, though. Cocoon, Water Elemental, Winter Elemental. We also have the Banshee, Divine Storm for Uther, and Isolation for the Dahaka. So no Divine Shield from the Uther to be expected. Looking for that big AoE stun. Top lane, we'll be seeing another Sentinel camp. Bottom, still hasn't been looked at. No 13 talent here for the side of Vinland Raiders, so this is a good time to initiate from Madness. Brave Lunatic looking for a drag. 5 stacks on the enhanced agility, meaning that they've got mount speed for 5 seconds after tapping a bush. Rexar and Misha pushing up the top lane. 18 stacks, or maybe even 19, as I think there's another globe up here. Yeah, there is. 19 stacks out of the 25, and this is still first objective. Still first objective, moving south on the map, but it will be stalled out for now. Dahaka brush stocks in, Divine Storm as well. Tracer gets a recall. Malfurion with the Tranquility, keeping everyone alive. Rexar and Misha push up the wave and start rotating down. Cocoon on to Tracer. There's no Disintegrate to take care of that quickly, but some magic missiles will make great work of that. Boar's unleashed by the Rexar in this rotation down. Dahaka steps into the bush, but I do believe that is a bush of death. Dahaka does go down in this engagement. 13 talents here pushed in for the side of Vinland Raiders, and we see the objective wheeled on in through bottom lane. You're off to go do life stuff. Enjoy the life stuff, Gato. Thanks for hanging out. Good morning, Kalis. What's up, bud? Good to see you.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
3 more shots remain from our objective. Those will take down the keep front gates. Actually, well, the gate actually still survives. It's the 2 towers that will go down. 13 talent here, a 2-level lead, actually, for the side of Vinland Raiders, as we're about to see level 12 to 14. But that's Misha taking a chunk of damage, a hefty chunk, but she's still fine. Pulse Bomb, I believe, was eaten by the Burrow of Dahaka. Spread a little bit of damage to the allies, but no big deal. Sidewalls being worked on by Tracer, getting the Pulse Charge up for her, and Nubrak will fall. That's a reset over to Li Ming, whose mana's looking A-okay, so she'll continue to poke things out. I do like the sidewalls being taken down. 1, it gives Tracer Pulse Bomb charge, and 2, it allows Li Ming to have some better attack angles for those arcane orbs. Granted, she's also throwing them from over here, so. The Brave Lunatic just getting hit here and there, and the keep will survive. But the outer layer of structures has been peeled away. Still no 13 talents here to the side of Madness. This isn't going to be a speed ran map like we did see yesterday. Man, that was, we had like a, there was like a 7-minute Hanamura Temple game. It was insane. Nubrak will fall once again. That's a reset for Li Ming. 12 to 15 in the levels. 12 and a half, I guess, if you want to be nice. You haven't gotten out of bed. Lucky. Lucky. It took me 30 minutes to get out of bed today as the avatar from Cure will be utilized. Gaff gets onto the point. That is Uther falling. Muradin Dwarf tosses right back onto it. Isolation will be onto Li Ming, and Dahaka's trying to use some Dark Swarm to get a little bit of HP. Uther will fall, and this goes for Mo being pummeled by Cure. That's a reset again for Li Ming. She's going to look for Raynor, getting another reset on top of that. Nano trying to pop off onto Razhag, and they're going to play this from the far side of the keep. Vinland Raiders going to be able to take map number 1 here on Hanamura Temple. A dominant start in map number 1 in our first best of 5 of the day. Yeah, it was like a 7-8 minute Hanamura Temple game yesterday. Absolutely wild. Core shielding is gone. The HP is below 50%. Li Ming finds another reset. The Sentinel going to be having a slash in the weird direction right there. But a Nubrak burrows away, and that is going to be your map number 1 over to the side of Vinland Raiders. You've been awake for 75 minutes? There's nothing wrong with that. Hell yeah, brother. You get that cozy Sunday afternoon rest. Pet the Vinland Raiders. All right. We'll see if they can keep this momentum going. Oh yeah, that's just subs after subs falling off today. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to see. All right. Welcome back into Meta Madness. On the left-hand side, we have Madness. On the right, it's gonna be Vinland Raiders. Didn't want to jinx it. Was just waiting patiently. Sorry. The dry air today is getting me. Dragonshire will be our second map, and we will be getting into a white main band to kick things off. All right, so it's going to be a healer band priority, at least from the side of Madness. Mr. Bandit, that's enough licking on those toes, mister. Mister, that's enough. Thank you. The Northern Lights were apparently visible from the north of the Netherlands recently, which is crazy far to the south for them to be visible. Interesting, huh? Interesting. White main band? Probably it's a target band onto Unforgiven, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe they have a white main in their repertoire, if I remember correct, honestly. I do think it's actually a target band to Unforgiven. Because I think they were like the one player during CCL that utilized white main. Pretty sure. What's up, Freaky? How you doing, bud? Oh, Kerosene band away. Sylvanas as well. Lucio? Another Lucio band? Many healer band? Yeah. But I'd love to go see the Northern Lights. I think, like, Alaska's probably the most realistic for me to do. All right, Chromie will be banned away as well. So, what is the game plan here to kick things off? Greymane is still up and available. No one has gone for the Greymane yet. Could see like Greymane Tyrael for a map like this. Gonna be having a Falstad to kick it off for Madness. Alrighty. Falstad with their first pick, as there's a Lucio. Yeah, you gave the Lucio over with the Kerosene white main targets and a Junkrat as well. Alright, maybe looking at a Stitches later on in our draft, or it may be banned away. Okay, Falstad, and what are we going to be rolling together with? Falstad can either be just utilize global, sustain damage with auto build, Q build for burst ability, Ana for the nano, okay, and Artanis as well. Dings for the Artanis. Lucio first pick. I mean, you weren't wrong technically. You're technically not wrong. Is Vinland going all Overwatch? Can you even go all Overwatch at this point? I don't think so. Well, I guess you could do Roadhog Stitches. Can't do Tracer. Can't do Genji. Can't do Hanzo. I don't think, yeah, like, you can't do Joanna. I mean, it's a skin, but still. I think Stitches is the only other, like, Overwatch hero you could get because of the Roadhog skin, right? And even then, I kind of think this would be a smart Stitches ban. I would like to see a Stitches ban here personally, but it's going to be Garrosh instead, okay. Oh, Widow Nova, you're right. Widow Nova, thank you. I was like, I know I'm forgetting something. Zarya as well, yep, did forget she exists in the game. So there you go, Stitches, Nova, and Zarya, yeah. There you go. Diva, yeah, Diva as well. I forgot she existed. I am tired today. Oh no, they're gonna be going into, alright, that's GG. That's GG. If that's Cure Zeratul, we're in for a treat. No, I kid. We'll see. We'll actually see what this is going to be. Last 2 picks.
The wait is over.
All right, Cassia sustained damage. Are we going to see a true tank, or are we going to see... We could see a Baev main tank. It's typically... maybe.
Here we go.
No cigar. The draft's not over. Could still see it. Alrighty. I don't know. Madness as just a mad draft. Zeratul a good counter for Ana. Zeratul is just really good in general for this team. I am expecting this to be Cure Zeratul. I at least expect it to be, but he is playing on EU ping. We are waiting for the swap. I'm just staring at it. I'm just staring. Ooh, we got Tyrael? Tyrael Cure? Interesting. Interesting. We won't be able to see his Zeratul. All right, let's see. Which team wins? Dragonshire. Let's go ahead and get your...
Hey, listen.
The gamble is going to begin, and it's not a Cure Zeratul. Okay, interesting. Let's start out that prediction. Y'all can see the who's on what. No Cure Zeratul. This is going to be exciting. I don't think I've ever seen Sven on Zeratul, so we'll see what the build's going to be and how they play it. Tankless? No, they haven't. They have an Artank. Yeah, they have an Artanis. That's the tank. What's up, Faffin? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see you all. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you're enjoying the cast. Hope you're enjoying the day. Hope you're having a good day. On the left-hand side, with the level 1s up and available, and your prediction ready to go, we have got the members of Madness. Deprived Lunatic on the Artanis. We have got Not Prepared on the Falstad. Saphiro on the Valera. Mo on the Ana. And Razhag on the Cassia. To the right-hand side of our map, we will be looking at Vinland Raiders in this best-of-5 series. Gaff on the Zool, Cure on the Tyrael, Nano on the Junkrat, Sven to play the Zeratul, and Unforgiven on the Lucio. Mid lane is available and ready to go in 5 seconds for our first engagement. Not Protector of Ire. We're going to be seeing Amateur Opponent. Okay. Amateur Opponent level 1. Cassia holding level 1. You still have some time for your predictions. As yeah, after seeing that first map, a lot of people voting for Vinland Raiders. Can't blame you on that one. Let's see, though, if the Valera can make some shutdown plays onto Junkrat and Lucio. Though I say this, and I don't think Cassie is going to be able to live here, and that is a very, very quick First Blood. Cannot bet against a Protoss. Oh, I can. But I get the joke because you can't bet against a Protoss. There's a Protoss on both teams. What a good joke. I like that. It's very clever.
You think yourself worthy to wield the Dragon Knight's power?
Swap onto the Zool, who just continues to clear out the wave. What do we have at level 1 for Zool? It's going to be the Shade. I wanted to say Shackler, and I was like, that's not right. I had it backwards yesterday. Bone Prison on to Falstad. Lucio gonna push off. And Lucio swapped by the Artanis. It will go down. Valera with some nice burst damage into Lucio, and Falstad finds some extra stacking for his frequent flyer. We do have the Impale for the Cassie at level 1. Don't see this very often, actually. Increase the Fen cast range in the area of effect by 25%. It deals additional 50% damage to enemies below 50% HP. Sunshine held by Deprived Lunatic. No one on the Moonshine in the bottom lane. Level 4 first for the side of Vinland Raiders. More poke out from Nano on the Junkrat in this bottom lane as Madness now picks up their level 4s. We will see the Jailers level 4 for the Zool as well. You see a little push off right there. Zeratul getting chased, gets the blink away, and I don't think Zeratul, or excuse me, Valera and Falstad can find that kill. Valera, though, no, she's just going to be rotating. Just rotating in. I thought she was going to look for some sort of flank onto the Junkrat or Lucio, but it's not going to be the case. And Razak getting poked down here. Oh, what a nice push off. Unforgiven's getting that kill for the allies, but Mo is now the new target. Cure wants to chase in no man's land between the fort and the fort front, or the keep front gate. But the Siege Giants are sieging quite heavily through the bottom lane. Zeratul floating around in mid lane. Zool looking for the channel into top. Can Zeratul get the Dragonite mid? Not with the Valera hanging around here, but this is a bottom lane fort going down to the side of Vinland Raiders. Sub 3 minutes. That is a sub 3 minute fort with a Tyrael Lucio Junkrat. A little bit of vision play there from Cure, I think. Top lane, the Zeratul helping out Zool. Looks like Valir and Artanis will have to back away a little bit here. Top lane being held by the Zool. Junkrat and Lucio, are they going to be able to go for this channel here? Tyrael's holding bottom. Do think that Unforgiven will get the Dragonite. He implies the joke is not actually clever. Huh? No, I like the joke. Dead Valera. Dragonite. Into the mid lane, taking down the fort. Falstad pushing out the bottom wave. Will rotate in to try and burn down this Dragonite as Razhag is going to be displaced once again from a concussion mine. Does have that bogged down from the Junkrat as well. I believe the level 7. Okay. 1 to 3 in the kills as Dragonite was still 50% HP. Artanis is going to do some great work on this. Lucio, yeah, you gotta start backing away. I don't really know if you want to be right there. I do like the, yeah, right around the steel trap. Concussion mine underneath it as well. Lucio gets the push off, and now we have a concussion mine splitting the Artanis, who gets a swap. Unstoppable will be denied. Or excuse me, the root will be denied by the Unstoppable of the swap. And it's 10 talent here. Still coming in first for the side of Vinland Raiders. Swap onto the Lucio. Unforgiven going to take a bit of damage. Valir chasing in as well with Silence. Oh, Unforgiven, can you get away? A little push off. A little sound wave, a little push off, a little speed, and Lucio's fine. That would have been a really nice kill for the side of Madness if they, just to get that extra experience, but now Unforgiven will join in with Sven and grab this camp. Cure scouted out the left-hand side, and he'll be able to get the 10s with the help of Junkrat and Zool in their respective lanes. We got the Judgment, the Might of the Nerazim, Riptire. We have the Skeletal Mages from Zool, and High Five from the Lucio. Do like a Judgment Tyrael. Been seeing a lot of it in this tournament. Sidewalls being taken down, Zool rotating in, Falstad deciding, you know, I don't think I really want to be this far forward in lane, and I'm just, yeah, Falstad zooms away really quickly, getting a nice little hammering out, getting a few, oh no, sorry, they didn't take the level 1, it's auto attacks at level 1, I was like, oh, there's a couple stacks right there, but no, it's just poke. Just a bit of poke. Judgment from the Tyrael. Falstad can't barrel roll away fast enough. That's also Skeletal Mages. And Cure's the one to fall in the engagement. Not prepared, still lives. Cure will get a little bit of death timer reduction as Lucio does fall. Ball of Lightning from Cassia will be split. And a very aggressive push through bottom lane does not go the way of Vinland Raiders. They lose 3. And the Dragonite phase is up in 9 seconds. This might be a quick Dragonite over to Madness.
The power of sun and moon. Put an end to this cursed realm.
Cassia makes her way into mid. We have the Artanis holding top. Zeratul just clearing out the wave there. Junkrat in bottom lane. But Tyrael scouted out in the mid area. Falstad does have Gust if he really wants to burn it for a Dragonite capture. Though I don't think it's really going to get you the... I don't think it's going to get the delay that you really need, as Junkrat does gain control of the Moon Shrine on the bottom side of our map. Razhag going to cancel the Hearth out, and no, they're going to go for it. Falstad Flight, where are we heading over to? Just into the top lane really quickly. Gaff with the channel into the top, but it will be pushed away by the Falstad, who's going to regain control of that Sun Shrine. Valir hanging out in mid. Cassie on her way to bottom to go soak up a little bit more HP or experience. Soak up HP. Soak up some experience for their team. Junkrat and Tyrael do make the rotation down here. Judgment from the Tyrael onto the Cassia. Concussion Mine does push her back. Lucio's here with the reverse Ball Lightning. And the push-off, Unforgiven, steals away the kill as some volleyballs played between Cure and Nano. Back over in the top lane. Skeleton Mages were used. Sven tries to jump into the Artanis, but the PvP doesn't work out too well. Actually, Sven jumps right back into Depraved Lunatic. Ana getting some healing darts out, not respecting the 1v1. Neither Valira. Lucio did make his rotation up to the top lane to get some amplified healing to some allies. We do have Junkrat and Tyrael in the bottom lane pushing up a camp. 6 seconds on Siege Giants on the left, 8 seconds on the right, so I wouldn't be surprised if they break off and go and grab those. Yes, indeed. Junkrat for more soak in the mid lane, pushing that up as well. Over in the top lane, Depraved Lunatic getting chunked here. That's a lot of damage onto Zool. Does he have? No, he doesn't have any sort of shade available. And Zool will fall. Camp? Nope, they actually cancel out the camp, and Cure's just going to go hard siege the bottom lane. Good call from Cure, saying, you know what? This camp's already here. There's no one really clearing it out quick enough. I might as well shield up the wave, delay out Cassia a bit, and get some extra damage onto the keep. Catapult has targeted on said keep, so it is getting consistent damage out. And I was actually going to check really quickly what the damage is on those catapults. But here now, maybe going to suicide for this keep. No. Uses the judgment to back away. Gus from Falstad, Eldruin's might out. He's got the speed. Lucio and friends are up in the top lane. They're still brawling out over there, but this... now, does he get any death time reduction? 38, 37, 36, 32, so about 4 seconds off. Swap onto the Zeratul, gets the blink back. Mid lane has the available Dragonite, but no one for the channel. Depraved Lunatic does go down to the Zool. And the top lane, Fort Front Gate will start to go down. Junkrat gains control over the top. No one in mid, and Falstad gets control of the bottom lane. A little bit of musical chairs when it comes to the Shrine control, but Skeleton Mages are popped in the top lane, giving some extra siege potential onto this fort. Valir is zoned back with a Bone Prison from Zool. She will pop her own Cloak of Shadows for the self-cleanse. And that's the top lane fort to fall. Overall, good control from Vinland Raiders throughout this game, throughout this series so far. 14 to 16 in the levels, 6 to 5 in kills. Sven does jump into Not Prepared, who is maybe... Oh, no, it's Mo who's prepared. Sven needs to get away here, taking a ton of damage from the Fend. Cure? Who's going to go for the channel onto the Dragonite? It's going to be Sven inside the Dragonite. Okay, now my assumption is this goes bottom lane.
The fire comes for you.
Bottom lane is the keep is already... down to what, 50, 20, no, 30%. Little Molten Flame or a Flame Belch into the mid on the wave, pushing that back. Another one back onto Valir to zone her out from just sustained chasing onto the Dragonite, getting free damage. Who are they going to be kicking? Who's the kicking target? No one just yet, actually. Swap from the Artanis gives unstoppable. The Dragonite moving into the bottom lane. I want to point this out. It's 11 minutes in, chat. We're 11 minutes into Dragonshire right now, and Dragonite is approaching the core with Keep going down. Riptire from the Junkrat. That is a Falstad to fall. Swap from the Artanis as the Dragonite does go down. Concussion Mine splitting away the Junkrat and the Artanis, and now, without Cassie, without Falstad, Artanis does fall. It's alone on a Valira. Junkrat jumping around, and this is going to be map number 2 in our first best of 5 of the day, going over to the side of Vinland Raiders. They have drafted extremely well, and they have been playing this extremely well. And Valira, she doesn't get the... what's the name? Active reload shots. There we go. Won't be able to get the active reload. Lucio and Takir can't find the kill, but Sven, Gaff, and Nano do manage to take down the core, and map number 2 goes over to Vinland Raiders. Ooh-wee. Good. Map number 2. Choose outcome. Vinland Raiders will be the victors. +0. Wonderful. Alrighty, we already have map. Wow. Welcome back into Meta Madness. Group D, day number 2. On the left-hand side, we got Madness. On the right is Vinland Raiders. And we are into map number 3, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Why is there cure? I don't know. What? What? Are NA players not allowed to play in EU tournaments? What is there what? You're not just because he's in NA? What's up, muchacho? How you doing, Marco? I blame that on me only having gotten out of bed. Yeah. I blame the bottom lane minions consistently. It's always their fault. You don't want to get farmed tonight. Alright. Then just, I don't know. Siphon the gas out of the tractors. Because farm tractors, they do farming is... Just ban out cure. Yeah, just ban out cure. It'll be easy. Kerrigan, Stitches, left and right side. What are we going to be seeing for Tomb of the Spider Queen? What else priority do we want to ban away here? Sylvanas. That makes sense. Yep. I did say that she was played once yesterday in all the games that I casted, and it was, yeah, she just makes things way too difficult. Oh, last ban from the left-hand side. What will we see from Madness? What do they want to get rid of? A Garrosh, okay? What does that leave for tanks available? Hold on, I got a spreadsheet over here. Tanks available, there is Arthas, Cho, ETC, Mal'Ganis, May, and Stitches. First pick Rhaegar on the side of Vinland Raiders. Not a bad grab whatsoever. Not a bad grab. Ancestral Healing Direction strong. We could see Cho'Gall. Oh my god, maybe they'll Cho'Gall. Granted, when I did raid over to Cure last Sunday, after I was doing Meta Madness, they tried to Cho'Gall and it didn't go well for them. So I don't know. Maybe they don't want to Cho'Gall. This is also Sonya Mephisto, really good at the really good wave clear and just rotation poke as well. I wonder if we do see an Alexstrasza for Madness. Alexstrasza with Mephisto is a really good synergy. Stitches is already banned away. Is the Nubrak up and available? No, Nubrak was already played in this best of 5.
We will forge a great destiny.
Oh, that's okay. We saw Cure run this back in CCL with it was Chromie, Hanzo, Varian. Obviously, you can't pick Hanzo because he's globally banned out, but still, this is going to be a really mean composition. My expectation is that it will be a charge, Varian, Warbringer, all that stuff with taunt, and then Chromie just bursts down whoever Cure jumps onto. Lunara single target damage as well is really strong. Wave clears there. Yeah. It amplifies what's being built already. I would personally like to see an Alexstrasza ban here. I think Alexstrasza would be a nice heads up ban just to make sure that they get rid of any sort of regeneration globe shenanigans with Mephisto. That's what I would like to see, but I'm sure these players have their own idea of what they want to get rid of. I'm also just looking at what's available as well. There's quite a few things to be able to grab still. What's up, Ninja? How you doing, bud? Oh, they're going to go for the white main ban. All right. Get rid of the burst protection, I guess. How is your Sunday, Ninja? All right, next 2 picks, though, from the side of Madness. Does not bode well for the environment. Oh, man. Once again, people just don't care about our goddamn planet. Wow, all right, we're going to see Stukov. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Kalis. Yeah, everything's on fire. Isn't that great? Everything's on fire. It's all fine. It's all fine. Everything's just burning around us, and it's all fine. Last 2 picks, though, to round up this composition. Going to be needing something to go up against the Sonya in the solo lane, and going to be looking for some extra damage, maybe wave clear, some sort of sustained damage wouldn't be bad. Greymane's still up and available, no? Like, Greymane would be awesome here. Oh, well, okay, it's a Tychus. I like that, too. What's wait, is Greymane up and available? Am I crazy? Yeah, he is, and there's a Medivh. Wow! I don't really know who... Okay. It's Medivh, so he kind of throws a wrench into everything, and it's like, okay. It was a really scary composition. It is a really scary composition from Vinland Raiders, but the Medivh is kind of like, Any chance of Hanzo? Unfortunately, yeah, no. Hanzo's globally banned out. Alrighty, which team wins Tomb of the Spider Queen? There you go. The gamble has begun.
Hey, listen.
And who do you think wins? Does the Medivh throw things? Does Medivh change it up, or is this just going to be a 3-0 for Vinland Raiders? Get your predictions in. Oh God. Oh! I don't know why my cursor did that, but either way, we're into map number 3. Over on the left-hand side, we got Madness trying to take us into map number 4. We got Depraved Lunatic on the Sonya, Not Prepared on the Maiev, Razhag on the Mephisto, Mo on the Stukov, and Medivh to be played by Sephiro. To the right-hand side of our map, we are looking at Vinland Raiders, looking for a quick 3-0 in this first best of 5 of the day. Kira on the Varian, Nano on the Chromie, Unforgiven on the Rhaegar, Sven to play the Tychus, and Malthael to be played by Gaff. There's your level 1s. You've still got a good chunk of time for predictions. Go ahead and get them in. Varian going to be going into Lion's Maw level 1. Whoa, Raven Intellect for the Medivh. Raven Intellect for the Medivh? Why? I thought it was Portal Mastery every single day of the week. We have a Smart Bird, I guess. All right, we'll see what the Smart Bird is able to do. Tychus chilling in the bottom lane in the bush. Gaff is just working on the wave. That little step forward from Sven, like, okay, I'm going to go for Sonya. Has the quarterback at level 1, tries to get a bit of poke onto Sonya with the grenade and the displacement as well. Cure gonna get Umbral Bound? No. Oh, I thought he was gonna get pulled back by an Umbral Bind, but it's not the case. Another grenade thrown out onto the enemy, also gets the dismount as well. Malthael splits off and will be able to work on this camp once it does pop up. Varian will grab the soak in bottom lane up against Sonya, who is slowly working on this wave, trying to keep it close to her fort front gate, forcing the enemies to step in to be able to get any sort of wave clear. 1 stack for Medivh right now. 1 stack for Medivh. Did you drink enough today, Baha? Stay hydrated? Oh, I've been up since 6 a.m. today, so I've only been awake for 2 hours. It's just the morning. I don't know. Mornings are difficult for me. Brave Lunatic should die right here. Portal? Oh my God, no way. Mephisto does go down. Mephisto will fall in the mid lane. No, I had a egg and sausage sandwich I made for myself for breakfast. And it's just, you know, I've had a glass of orange juice. I'm halfway through my glass of water, and I've had almost all my tea. Okay. 3 to 4 in our levels, as this is actually about to be 4 equaled up soon. Just looking at the level 4s as well for Vinland Raiders, and it is going to be that taunt for Cure, a little surprised by the Horror Anomaly, just looking for more time traps for Chromie. Might be able to use those to scout out as well. Siege Giants in bottom lane, opening things up with Tychus and Rhaegar, as well as that Varian. 5 stacks out of the 25 for the Lion's Maw, indeed. Portal from Medivh as Varian immediately jumps through. Cure, taking a lot of damage, needs to back away. Gonna get the Purge from Rhaegar. Chromie rotating down as well. Taunt up in 5 seconds, but Cure will just go ahead and Hearth out for full. 10 out of the 20 stacks for a deep breathing on the Chromie. Halfway through that. Medivh only at 8 Arcane Rifts. Wow. Playing it safe for now. We're about 30 minutes in. Getting a bit of an experience advantage over to the side of Vinland Raiders as another rotation to the bottom lane comes out. The portal forward from Medivh and a pause will be had by Sven. Let's go ahead and pull it back really quickly as we have a lag from Cure and a internet. Oh my god. Alrighty. Alright, so the pause will be there. We will we'll just be waiting until the pause is over. The readies actually just came out as well. So we'll get the readies back. 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back into the mix. Thank you for your patience in the pause. Very, very short one right there. Everyone seems to be on the level. Now, half a level to go for the side of Vinland Raiders to pick up their level 7s. We'll see if that'll be moved into any quicker with any kills in bottom lane, because I'm just watching right now the constant brawl. Varian goes in, protection from Medivh. Portal's there, the taunt, and the kill onto Mephisto. He was right. He's literally died on the portal. Unfortunate, and there's that jump into 7 as I was mentioning. We'll see the Lion Heart for Varian as well. My assumption is that it will be the Warbringer at level 10, just to be constantly charging and pressuring. At least that's what I remember what Cure did in the past in CCL. I do believe he actually sidestepped that Arcane Rift from Medivh right there. Alright, the level 7 push with the Webweaver begins for the side of Vinland Raiders. Sonya going to try and slam and spin her way through this wave to pick up their own level 7s. What is she going to be grabbing at? That's 7, I'm curious. Taunt onto Depraved Lunatic. It's the protection from Medivh, and Malthael goes down the top lane to the Maiev. Unforgiven is in a bit of a rough spot. Sonya will be able... Actually, it's Mephisto steals away the kill. Cure steps up and will be able to get the gems that were dropped. So no, not that big of a deal on that one. And this Webweaver phase, it gets a little bit in bottom. Some siege in through mid, and Tychus almost gets the grenade onto Not Prepared. Oh, the Melting Point? No, I thought Melting Point was actually going to get the damage over time kill, but it's not the case. Oh my god, that would have been awful. That would have been absolutely awful for Madness, losing 33 gems, but luckily Maiev stays alive, and the Melting Point does not melt that health bar down. Halfway through the Medivh stacks, 21 out of 40. 16 out of 20 for the Chromie, 13 out of 25 for the Varian at his level 1, and Tychus has 1 out of his 15 on the Master Assassin. You still have that passive value. You only get the extra 15% once you're done with the talent, or the quest, excuse me. Level 10's on the horizon. You know the deal. Tychus with another grenade, or another delay. Varian trying to get a free stack as well in his level 1 from these delays onto the Maiev. Time trap onto her, lurking arm from Stukov. Tychus steps in and starts just getting some great damage with the minigun. Unfortunately, not enough damage to find a kill. Chromie, though, picks up a couple stacks. She should be at, like, what, 18, 19 once we... Should be at, like, 18, 19 right now. Yeah, 19 stacks, so she just needs one more hit with the deep breathing. Temporal Loop, by the way, for Chromie at level 10. Commandeer Odin, Ancestor Healing, Last Rites, Varian, we'll have to just look and see what he does with a W, or if he charges. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last Rites onto Sonya, and she's out of there. Nice stack for Malthael, 5 seconds off his heroic timer on that one. Double camp into the mid lane, sieging, as Not Prepared is going to be battling Malthael on the bottom left of your screen, but it doesn't look like Does not look like they will sustain their fight. Medivh is still holding level 10. Curious. Boss. Oh. Don't know if they scouted this out. Medivh's still holding 10. Yeah, interesting. Warbringer for the Varian. Makes a lot of sense. Sustained charge onto targets. Polymorph. Polybomb. Oh, Malthael. Yeah, he is a sheep. 14 seconds on the last rites. He's going to try and take down Medivh, but he can't. 5 seconds on the last rites. Bandit, did you toot? You did toot. Oh, that's a stinky bandit. Good morning, Chess. How you doing today, bud? Fun to play D&D yesterday with you. Thanks for the fun session. Not prepared, able to get the well tap and mount up, and still 40-something gems. 43 gems on that Maiev, and yeah, she is probably itching to deposit those. We are done with our tea. Taunt from the Varian onto Sonya, who will be temporal looped it, and Polymorph from Medivh. The Polybomb can't save the Sonya. Vault of the Warden's cage as well. Malthael tries to jump in. The last rites, it's available. Vault of the Wardens was already used. Can he get the last rites application? He doesn't want to do it too early because Mo's got that healing pathogen spread to a lot of allies, and the bottom lane still has siege coming through. Last rites onto Razhag does not get a kill. Mephisto dropping back a skull missile as Sven throws in a little bit of damage with the Commandeer Odin, but 13 talent tier advantage to the side of Vinland Raiders. Madness needs to try and step in. 53 out of the... Well, it's actually Malthael gets the last gems in this mid lane. So this will be another Webweaver, second Webweaver of the game to the side of Vinland Raiders. I expect it to be. 38 stacks for Medivh. 39-40. Hey, Medivh doesn't lose stacks. Time to feed. Polybomb onto the Tychus. No spreading of the sheep to allies. Disappointing from Sven. That's the best thing, you know? You turn into a sheep from a polybomb, you just keep spreading it to your friends. Unforgiven and Sven get the channel, and that is Webweaver phase once again to the side of Vinland Raiders. I woke up, you slumbered for 13 hours, you feel alive again? Oh, I envy you. I went to bed not too long after D&D. Nice self-cleanse from Malthael after the Sonya leaped in. Yeah, I had a lot of restless sleep last night. And then tonight I'm gonna have to stay up late to try and reset my sleep schedule because I was going to bed early so I could get up early for this. So tonight I have to stay up late, so it's gonna be a long day for me. Gonna be a long day, but it should be fun. We got our cooking stream later on today. I'm gonna play some Elden Ring with some friends with the co-op mod, the seamless co-op mod, which we haven't done in a while. Last rites onto Maiev. She doesn't have a Vault of the Warden. Not prepared. Is gonna go down. 50-some gems. Medivh goes in, picks up a few. The Polybomb is actually getting so much chaos. I guess you could say it's like chaos and control. It's a little bit of chaotic control with that. Mid lane Webweaver gonna drop this keep down to 50%. Still sieging in. Top lane has arrived as well, and that Webweaver's getting some great value, but also Mephisto is shredding through that with the Lightning Nova. Sonya with a leap and Unforgiven very low, drops the Ancestor healing on themselves. That's a taunt onto Sonya. Top lane keep does go down. We've got some Spiderlings on the core. The Webweaver moving its way into the top lane as well. Unforgiven with a sliver of HP gets a chain heal at the last second. Maiev comes in with an Umbral Bind onto Sven, but he's just a sheep, doesn't really go anywhere. The Mephisto, or the Malthael, is able to jump onto the Medivh. Sorry, too many M's in our fight as Maiev goes down. Mephisto is going to do his best, pressuring Gaff as the temporal loop comes on to Mephisto, and he does go down. All right, I'm done with it. Anyways, Vinland Raiders will take a 3-0 in our first best of 5 of the day. GG, well played. Whew. Alrighty, let's go ahead and bring it on back to Bandit 9. Let's pay out.